My name is Freya Thorpe. I'm 31 years old. I'm an ER nurse. And 9 months ago, my own father tried to have me dragged into a psychiatric ward and locked up. Not because I was sick, because I married a black mechanic. July 3rd, 2025. My father called saying my mother had collapsed. I raced to their house. The second I walked through the door, I was ambushed. My mother sitting calmly on the sofa, a psychiatrist I'd never met, two uniformed transport workers holding papers. My father, a retired surgeon, had already signed them, claiming I was suicidal and a danger to myself. All lies. Pure revenge for marrying the wrong man. They got me fired. They got my nursing license suspended. They told everyone I was having a mental breakdown. They almost destroyed my entire life. What they didn't know was that my husband wasn't who they thought he was. The moment I sent them one single photo, their entire world collapsed in 37 minutes. And that was only the beginning. Before we get into this, if you're new here, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. And while you're at it, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and what time it is where you are right now. I love reading every single one. It's April now, 2026. I'm sitting in my kitchen in Aurora, Colorado. Morning light coming through the window. Coffee getting cold in front of me. My husband Dominic is at his garage already. It's quiet here. Safe. 9 months ago, I didn't think I'd survive, but I'm getting ahead of myself. To understand how it ended, you need to understand how it began. October 2021, Denver Memorial Hospital, 2:30 in the morning. I was working night shift in the ER. That's when a 16-year-old came in with a broken arm. Skateboarding accident. His name was Austin Carter. The uncle arrived about 45 minutes later. Dominic. He walked in wearing grease-stained jeans and work boots, had motor oil under his fingernails. But the way he moved was different. Calm, focused. He asked specific questions, medical questions. How long until the fracture site swells? What's your protocol for displacement under 2 millimeters? Most people ask if their kid's okay. This man asked about millimeters. Then he watched me place the IV. Really watched. Like he was evaluating my technique. When Austin went for x-rays, we talked for 40 minutes. He told me he owned an auto shop. Classic cars. I noticed his hands. Calloused. Oil-stained. But also a scar on his right palm. Raised tissue. Like he'd cut through something sharp. When Austin was discharged at 4 a.m., Dominic wrote his number on the discharge papers. Coffee sometime? When you're not working nights? 3 weeks later, we had that coffee. Talked for 3 hours. By Christmas, we were official. By New Year's, I was in love. I thought I knew him. A mechanic who fixed beautiful old cars, who was kind and smart and made me laugh, who asked medical questions like he'd read textbooks for fun. I didn't know anything. Easter 2022. I brought Dominic home to meet my parents. Castle Pines, big house. My father, Howard, had just retired from orthopedic surgery. 35 years. My mother, Judith, is one of those women who organizes church fundraisers and makes sure everyone knows which country club she belongs to. Dinner lasted 2 hours and 15 minutes. Felt like 6. My father barely shook Dominic's hand. My mother smiled but didn't make eye contact. The questions started immediately. So, Dominic, auto repair? Interesting. Did you study business? Engineering? I studied a lot of things, sir. Well, Freya worked very hard to become a nurse. RN? 4 years of university. It's a respectable profession. The subtext was so loud, I'm surprised the neighbors didn't hear it, unlike yours. After dinner, my mother pulled me into the kitchen. He seems nice. But is this serious? You're building a career. You need someone who can match your trajectory. Match my trajectory. That's how she said it. Like Dominic was a bad investment. Over the next 2 years, the comments got sharper, always couched as concern. Thanksgiving. Have you thought about children? A mechanic's income is limited. My birthday. We always hoped you'd marry a professional, someone in your league. Christmas. People at church are asking about him. I don't know what to tell them. I defended him every time, but it wore me down. By late 2024, Dominic was coming to fewer family events. He said he didn't want to make things harder for me. They were winning, and they weren't done. January 11th, 2025. Red Rocks Amphitheater. Sunrise. 28 degrees. We'd hiked up in darkness to watch the sun come up over Denver. When it did, Dominic got down on one knee on the stone steps. I know I'm not what your parents wanted, but I promise I will spend every day earning your trust. Will you marry me? I said yes. We drove to IHOP and had pancakes at 8 a.m. By 6 p.m. that evening, everything had changed. I called my parents on speakerphone, told them we were engaged. Silence. Then my father's voice. Absolutely not. This is a mistake. Dad? He's a mechanic, Freya, a mechanic. You're a nurse. You have a degree. You have a future. My mother was crying. How could you do this to us, after everything we've sacrificed? What did you sacrifice? You didn't pay for nursing school, I did. We gave you our name, our reputation, and you're throwing it away. They demanded a meeting. The following Saturday, Cherry Creek, upscale restaurant, hostile from the first moment. My father looked at Dominic like he was inspecting something broken. We're asking you to postpone indefinitely. You mean break up, I said. If that's what it takes. Yes. Dominic stayed calm. Sir, I love your daughter. I respect that you're concerned. Don't pretend this is about love. You see a woman with a career, stability, a good family. You see opportunity. I see Freya, that's all. My mother leaned forward. We've worked too hard. Your father built a practice, a reputation. We're respected in this community. People know us at church, at the club. When they see you with him, they talk. Say it, I said. Say what you really mean. I don't know what you mean when they see me with a black man. That's what you mean. Long silence. This isn't about race, my father said. Then what is it about? Class, culture, compatibility. He will never be able to provide the life you deserve. I stood up. I'm marrying him, with or without your blessing. We left before dessert. In the parking lot, my mother screamed after us. If you do this, you're on your own. 1 week later, she called. 8:30 p.m. on a Friday. I've been praying about this. Your father and I have made a decision. If you marry this man, we will not support you. Financially, emotionally, publicly, you will be on your own. No family events, no holidays, no help if things go wrong, and they will go wrong. Is that a threat? It's a consequence. You're choosing him over your family. We're simply accepting your choice. I said, okay, I choose Dominic, and hung up. I thought that was the hard part. I thought saying no to them was brave. I had no idea the war hadn't even started. 2 days before the wedding, a letter arrived. Certified mail. Ivory cardstock. Both parents signed. Dear Freya, after much consideration and prayer, we have decided we cannot in good conscience attend your wedding on March 15th. We believe you are making a decision that will cause you great harm, and we cannot stand by and witness it. We hope one day you will understand that we are acting out of love, not anger. We will always be your parents, but we cannot be part of this. Howard and Judith Thorpe. The night before the wedding, my mother called one last time. 9:47 p.m. This is your last chance to call it off. Mom, I'm begging you, don't do this. Walk away. We'll help you. We'll support you. But you have to end it with him tonight. I love him. You don't know what love is. You're 30. You think you do, but you don't. Love is sacrifice. Love is choosing family. Your real family. He is my family now. Then you've chosen, and so have we. Click. Dial tone. I cried for an hour. Then I washed my face. And I got married the next day anyway. March 15th, 2025. Saturday, 3 p.m., Denver Botanic Gardens. 23 guests. Dominic's side of the aisle was full. His mother Lorraine, his sister Shanice, his nephew Austin, all grown up now. Aunts, uncles, friends. My side had 3 college friends, 2 coworkers, and my cousin Rebecca. Front row, left side, 2 empty chairs, white ribbons tied to the backs. I'd reserved them just in case, but they stayed empty. I walked down the aisle alone. No father to give me away. When I reached the end, Dominic whispered, "Look at me. Not there. Here." During the ceremony, I glanced at those empty chairs once. Just once. Dominic squeezed my hand. The reception was at a small restaurant in Capitol Hill. During dinner, Rebecca pulled me aside. "Your mom called me this morning. 7 a.m. asked me not to come. Said you were going through something and I'd be enabling you by attending." "What did you say?" "I told her I'm coming anyway, and that what she's doing is wrong." She paused. "Freya, I need to tell you something. This isn't normal parent disapproval." The way she talked, it was cold. Calculated. She said, "Family means protecting each other from bad decisions, even when it's hard." Like she was planning something. Planning what? "I don't know. But be careful. Please." I hugged her. Said thank you. I didn't take the warning seriously enough. That night, I danced with my husband under string lights. During the mother-daughter dance, Lorraine held me and whispered, "You're my daughter now. Always." I sobbed into her shoulder. She smelled like vanilla and cinnamon. She held me like my mother never had. I smiled for photos, but there was a pit in my stomach. My mother's last words echoed, "Then you've chosen, and so have we." I was about to learn what that really meant. April and May. Honeymoon period. I went back to work. 3 12-hour shifts a week. ER at Denver Memorial. Dominic's garage was busy. Spring season, classic car restorations. We were building a life. My parents? Complete silence. No calls, no texts, no emails. April 20th. I texted both of them. "I miss you. Can we talk?" No response from my father. My mother replied May 2nd. "We're not ready." 2 words. That was it. But May brought strange signals. Small things that alone meant nothing. Together, they formed a pattern. May 10th. Rebecca forwarded an email. My mother had sent a family newsletter to 30-plus relatives. About Freya. Taking time away from family to focus on personal growth. No mention of the wedding. No mention of Dominic. Like he didn't exist. May 15th. My coworker Danielle pulled me aside at work. "Someone called the hospital yesterday, asking about you. Wouldn't give her name. Asked if you were stable at work and showing any signs of distress. HR told her we can't discuss employees." But it was weird. May 18th. Dominic noticed a dark blue Lexus parked across from our apartment. Stayed 30 minutes, then left. May 23rd. Same car, same spot. This time an hour. Dominic got the license plate, Colorado PLT-HDT47, vanity plate. He looked it up later. Registered to Howard Thorpe. "Your father is following us." "Why would he do that?" "I don't know, but we should document it." We started taking photos. Time-stamped. license plate visible. June was eerily quiet. No more car sightings, no more mysterious hospital calls. My mother stopped posting on Facebook entirely. I noticed because she usually posted daily. Now, nothing. They've gone completely silent, I told Dominic. It's like they've disappeared. Or they're planning something. You're paranoid. Maybe. July 3rd, Thursday morning. My day off. I'd worked night shift July 1st into the 2nd. Got home at 7:30 a.m., slept until 4 p.m., stayed awake that evening, then slept again. Thursday morning, I was still in bed. 8:23 a.m. My phone rang. My father. First call since before the wedding. Freya, your mother collapsed. Chest pain. I need you here now. I was immediately alert. What? When? Just now. Please come. Castle Pines. Hurry. Have you called 911? Just come. Please. Click. I threw on clothes. Jeans, t-shirt, no shower, no coffee. Grabbed my keys and ran. Dominic was already at the garage. I was alone. The drive from Aurora to Castle Pines, 28 miles, I-25 south, 35 minutes in morning traffic. My mind racing. Chest pain. Cardiac emergency. My mother is 60. Risk factors. But why didn't he call 911 first? Should I have? Can't call now. Driving. Focus. Please let her be okay. Please. I don't care that she skipped my wedding. She's still my mother. I pulled into their circular driveway at 9:17 a.m. I saw the white van immediately. Logo on the side. Crisis Response Team, Mental Health Services. Wrong house? No. This is their address. Why is there a crisis team here? I looked closer. My mother's car in the garage, my father's Lexus beside it. No ambulance, no medical emergency vehicles, just the crisis van. Something is very, very wrong. The front door was unlocked. Like they'd left it open. Like they were expecting me. I pushed it open and walked in. Living room. Everyone turned to look at me. My mother, sitting on the sofa, not collapsed. Perfectly fine. Makeup on. Hair done. My father, standing behind the sofa, arms crossed. A man I'd never met. Gray hair, wire glasses. Sitting in the armchair with a leather folder. Two uniformed workers, navy blue polos, company logo, radios on their belts. Standing near the dining room archway, coffee table, stack of paperwork. This is a trap. Mom, Dad said you collapsed? My mother spoke calmly. Freya, sit down. We need to talk to you. You're fine? My father. Your mother is fine. We called you here because we're concerned. About you. What? The gray-haired man stood, extended his hand. I'm Dr. Raymond Sullivan. Your parents asked me here today because they're very worried about your mental health. I didn't shake his hand. Who are you? I'm a psychiatrist. I've been consulting with your father about your recent behavior. My behavior? My father stepped forward. This is an intervention, Freya. You're not well. You need help. Sullivan picked up the paperwork from the coffee table. I saw the header. M1 Emergency Mental Health Hold. I know these forms. I've seen them in the ER, used for genuinely dangerous patients. He read aloud. Patient exhibits danger to self. Recent behavioral changes including social withdrawal, erratic decision-making, and refusal to acknowledge mental health crisis. Family reports suicidal ideation expressed on July 2, 2025, at approximately 2 p.m. That's a lie. According to your father, I was asleep at 2 p.m. yesterday. I worked night shift July 1st into the 2nd. I got home at 7:30 a.m. I slept until 4 p.m. I have hospital records. My father. You're confused. You're not thinking clearly. I know exactly what day it is. I know what time I worked. And I know this is fraud. My mother started crying. Performative. Freya, please. You're scaring us. Ever since you married that man, you've changed. His name is Dominic. You cut us out of your life. You won't return our calls. You didn't come to my wedding. Because we knew you weren't in your right mind. And now we have to intervene. Before you hurt yourself. I looked at the form again. 2 signatures. Dr. Raymond Sullivan, MD psychiatrist. Dr. Howard Thorpe, MD co-petitioner physician. My father had co-signed. Used his medical license. Made it look legitimate. You signed this. You're a doctor. You know you can't sign a hold without examining the patient. You know this is illegal. I've observed your behavior for months, as your father and as a physician. You retired, and you haven't seen me in months. I'm still licensed, and I'm still your father. This is for your own good. The male transport worker stepped forward. Ma'am, we're here to take you to Cedar Ridge Behavioral Center for a 72-hour evaluation hold. You can come voluntarily, or... I backed away. I'm not going anywhere. Sullivan. Ma'am, we have legal authorization. The transport team is here to ensure your safety. The worker reached for my arm. Get your hands off me, I shouted. I'm a nurse. I work at Denver Memorial. This is false. They moved in, one on each side. Grabbed my arms. Gently but firmly, I struggled, yanked away. Help! Someone help me! My mother crying louder, fake tears. Freya, please! We love you! We're trying to save you! You're trying to kidnap me, my father. Restrain her, if necessary. I screamed. I'm an RN. My license number is 382-97-5104. Call Denver Memorial. I'm not crazy. Sullivan. This is a classic response. Denial. It's part of the condition. You're really doing this? You're really trying to lock me up? My father's voice was cold. We don't have a choice. There's always a choice. This is revenge. Pure revenge. 9:31 a.m. Sirens outside. Everyone froze. The transport workers released my arms. 2 police officers entered. The door was open. They'd heard shouting. What's going on here? Sullivan stepped forward. Professional tone. Officers, this is a legal mental health transport. We have signed M1 hold paperwork. The patient is resistant, but we're acting within our authority. He showed them the papers. They looked legitimate. Official. Signatures. The female officer looked at me. Ma'am, are you okay? My voice was shaking but controlled. No, this is fraud. These people are trying to kidnap me. My father. Officer, I'm her father. I'm also a physician. She's been experiencing a mental health crisis. We're trying to get her help. I pulled out my hospital badge, my RN license card, my phone showing my work schedule. I'm an ER nurse at Denver Memorial Hospital. I worked night shift 2 nights ago. Call my supervisor. Call HR. I'm not having a breakdown. The male officer examined my credentials. This says you work at Denver Memorial, ER. Yes, for 6 years. Perfect record. I'm not having a breakdown. The female officer turned to Sullivan. Did you examine this woman before signing these papers? Pause. I consulted with Dr. Thorpe extensively. He provided detailed documentation. That's not what I asked. Did you examine her? Longer pause. Not formally, but based on family reports. She turned to my father. Sir, you're her father? Yes. And you're trying to have your daughter committed? I'm trying to save her life. Ma'am, do you feel you're a danger to yourself? No. I feel I'm in danger from them. They didn't come to my wedding 3 months ago because I married someone they don't approve of. This is retaliation. The officers looked at each other. Long pause. The female officer. Here's the situation. These papers might be legal, but this woman has credentials. She's coherent, and she's saying she's being targeted. We can't enforce this hold without clearer evidence of immediate danger. Transport team, you need to leave. Sullivan. Officer, we have legal paperwork. And she has evidence she's employed as a nurse and was working when you claim she was suicidal. Take it to a judge if you want. But she's not going with you today. 9:42 a.m. The transport team left. Sullivan left. The police stayed 10 more minutes taking statements. Before I left, I looked at my parents. I will never forgive you for this. Never. My father. You need help, Freya. When you're ready, we'll be here. Don't contact me. Ever. I drove 2 blocks, pulled over, vomited in someone's bushes. Then I called Dominic. I drove home in shock. My own parents had tried to have me locked in a psychiatric ward. The police stopped it. But the papers existed. They were filed. They were in the system. And my parents were about to use them. 2 days later, Sunday evening, email from Denver Memorial HR. We need to schedule a meeting regarding a concerning report we received. Please contact Monday morning. Urgent. Monday, 8 a.m. I called. The HR director. Freya, we received a phone call Friday afternoon from someone identifying as your mother, Judith Thorpe. She expressed concerns about your mental health. She stated you were recently subject to an emergency psychiatric evaluation on July 3rd and that you refused treatment. She said she was calling out of concern for patient safety. That's completely false. My parents tried to have me illegally committed. Police stopped it. There was no evaluation. I see. However, we have protocols. When mental health concerns are raised about a clinical staff member, especially one with security clearance, we must investigate. You're being placed on administrative leave effective immediately, pending review. You're believing my mother over me? We're following protocol. You'll receive full pay during the investigation. We should have this resolved within 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into 2 months. July 8th. Letter from the Colorado State Board of Nursing. Certified mail. A formal complaint has been filed regarding your professional conduct and fitness to practice. Complainant, Dr. Howard Thorpe, you have 30 days to respond. The complaint. My father claimed I was experiencing a severe mental health crisis, that I was subject of an emergency psychiatric hold on July 3rd, that I refused treatment, that I may pose risk to patients. Attached. Copy of the M1 form, the fraudulent one. The board opened an investigation. This is public record. Other hospitals can see it. My future employment at risk. I needed a lawyer. Lawyers cost money. Mitchell Brewster. Nursing license defense. $5,000 retainer. Dominic offered his savings. I felt guilty, but I took it. August 15th. Meeting at the hospital. HR. Chief Nursing Officer. Legal. Your psychological evaluation was fine. However, the nursing board investigation creates liability. We cannot have you working with an active board investigation pending. Extended unpaid leave. Translation: fired, but not officially. How long? Until the board closes the case. That could take months. We understand this is difficult. I left that meeting and drove straight to my apartment. Started packing. I couldn't afford rent anymore. $6,800 a month income. Gone. I was moving in with Dominic full-time. Not because I wanted to, because I had to. My parents had made sure of that. By late August, I'd lost my income. My professional reputation was under attack. My nursing license hung by a thread. My parents had weaponized the very system I'd devoted my career to. But they didn't know I'd married someone who knew that system even better than they did. August 20th. Evening. I was unpacking boxes at Dominic's apartment, trying not to cry. $42,000 in lost income. Student loans crushing me, legal bills mounting. Dominic was watching me, quiet. Then, I need to tell you something. I should have told you before. I'm sorry I didn't. My immediate fear. He's leaving. Wait here. He went to the bedroom closet, deep in back, pulled out a cardboard box, taped shut, dusty, brought it to the living room, set it on the coffee table. There's something about me you don't know, something I left behind. But I think it's time you knew. He opened the box. My old life. He pulled out a framed diploma, medical school, Dominic Augustine Carter, Doctor of Medicine, Meharry Medical College, 2018. I stared, picked up the diploma, read it 3 times. Inside the box, residency certificate, emergency medicine, Denver Health Medical Center, 2018 to 2021. Medical license, Colorado MD-38524. Active. Hospital ID badge. Denver Health. Photo of younger Dominic in white coat. Awards, certificates. You're a doctor? I was. Technically still am. Licensed. Just not practicing. Emergency medicine. You asked me about IV placement, about fracture displacement. I thought you were just observant. You were evaluating. Old habits. Why didn't you tell me? Because I didn't want to be that person anymore. Dr. Carter. The guy in the white coat. I wanted to be Dominic. Just Dominic. The mechanic who fixes cars and comes home without the weight of life and death. Why did you leave? He sat down. Told me everything. 2022. A patient. Elderly woman, Florence Garrett, 78, brought to the ER by her daughter. Daughter insisted the mother was suicidal, needed psychiatric admission, had M1 paperwork signed by a family physician. Dominic evaluated Florence. She was coherent, alert, denied suicidal thoughts, scared of her daughter. Hospital administrator wanted to admit her anyway. Fill beds, insurance money. The hold is signed. We have legal cover. Dominic refused. She doesn't meet criteria. I'm not admitting her. Investigation later revealed the daughter was trying to gain conservatorship. Mother had a $600,000 estate. Daughter wanted control. The family physician had taken a $10,000 kickback to sign the false M1. Dominic reported it, filed complaints, state investigation. The physician lost his license. The administrator was fired. The daughter was prosecuted. Florence was saved. But Dominic faced retaliation. Difficult shifts, negative peer reviews. Not a team player. Ostracized. By late 2024, he was burned out. Exhausted. Disgusted. He left medicine, opened the garage, started fixing cars instead of people. But he kept his license, just in case. And he did consulting, medical legal cases, expert witness. He helped lawyers prosecute doctors who abuse their power. He was also volunteer medical advisor for the Colorado Mental Health Advocacy Coalition, personal friend of Dr. Helena Brandt, director of the Colorado Medical Board. They went to med school together. When you told me what happened July 3rd, I knew exactly what they'd done. Every step, every violation. Because I've seen it before. I've prosecuted it before, and now I'm going to help you stop them. I was crying. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Because I didn't want you to fall in love with Dr. Carter. I wanted you to fall in love with me. Just me. I did. I do. But this changes everything. It doesn't change us. It just changes the fight. We're not helpless. We never were. He opened his laptop. Now, let's build a case that will destroy them. September through December, 4 months of investigation. Dominic used his medical legal expertise. We treated it like a chart review. Every claim needed evidence. Timeline had to be airtight. Contradictions documented. September 5th. We obtained a copy of the M1 from the nursing board. Dominic analyzed it line by line. The form claimed I expressed suicidal intent July 2nd at 2 p.m. Hospital records proved I was asleep at home after my night shift. Cell phone location data. Aurora apartment, 7:30 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. Text messages. I'd texted Dominic at 3:47 p.m. Just woke up. Night shift killed me. Want Thai food for dinner? Sullivan never examined me before July 3rd. No appointment. No medical record. No evaluation notes. Howard never examined me either. Colorado law requires direct examination by signing physicians and imminent danger. Neither requirement met. Dominic drafted an expert report, 12 pages, medical impossibility, legal violations, professional ethics breaches. This form is a blueprint of fraud. Every single claim is false or impossible. A first-year med student could tear this apart. September 15th. Dominic used his connections to investigate Dr. Sullivan. 3 prior complaints to the medical board, 2018, 2020, 2023. Pattern. Sullivan signs holds for families who want control. Board had reprimanded him in 2021, still practicing. Financial relationship with my father. Howard had referred 32 patients to Sullivan over 5 years. Potential kickback arrangement. Then we found the smoking gun. October 5th. My attorney subpoenaed Howard's financial records. Bank records revealed. June 28th, 2025. Howard wrote a check to Raymond Sullivan. $2,500. Memo line. Consultation. Standard psychiatric consultation. $300 to $500. $2,500 is 5 to 8 times normal. Date significant. 5 days before the ambush. Sullivan deposited the check June 30th. No medical record of any consultation before July 3rd. That wasn't a consultation fee. That was a bribe. We also discovered Howard's financial troubles. Investment losses of $185,000 in 2024. Bad stock picks. June 2025. Personal loan of $75,000 at 8% interest. Judith's credit card spending. $28,000 in 6 months. Financial stress. Motive. October through November. We collected defamation evidence. Sworn affidavits. Rebecca testified Judith called her July 15th saying I'd had a nervous breakdown. Mrs. Brennan, the neighbor who called 911, wrote a detailed statement. I've known the Thorpes for 15 years. What they did to their daughter was unconscionable. My co-worker Danielle. Statement about the mysterious call asking about my stability. Digital evidence. Email from Judith to the church prayer group. 35 recipients, July 10th. Please pray for my daughter who is struggling with serious mental health crisis. We're trying to get her professional help, but she's resistant. Facebook post, July 18th. Public. Sometimes the bravest thing a parent can do is watch an adult child make destructive choices and trust God to protect them. Praying for wisdom and strength. Broken heart emoji. 47 likes. 23 supportive comments. Hospital HR documentation. Call log. July 4th, 2:37 p.m. Caller identified as Judith Thorpe. HR notes. Caller stated daughter was recently hospitalized for psychiatric emergency and refusing treatment. Expressed concern about daughter working in healthcare. This was 1 day after the failed ambush. Judith immediately pivoted to attacking my career. December 1st. Attorney interviewed the crisis response team company. They'd been hired by Sullivan, paid by Howard. $1,800. They believed the paperwork was legitimate. They were victims too. They cooperated. Provided invoice, contract, communication records. By December, we had everything. 48 pages of documentation, timeline charts, expert analyses, witness statements, bank records. Every lie, every dollar, every malicious call documented. We had them. But we needed one more thing. We needed to make sure everyone knew exactly who Dominic was. March 2nd, 2026. Colorado Medical Ethics Conference, Denver Convention Center, 300 attendees, doctors, medical board members, healthcare attorneys, state legislators. Dominic was keynote speaker. Involuntary commitment fraud, protecting patients from medical coercion. On stage with him, Dr. Helena Brandt, medical board director. State Senator Victoria Manning, Health Committee Chair. Deputy Attorney General from Healthcare Fraud Division. Banner behind them. Protecting Patients from Medical Coercion, Colorado Medical Ethics Initiative. Program booklet listed Dominic, Dr. Dominic Augustine Carter, MD Expert Consultant, former ER physician, whistleblower advocate, board member of Colorado Mental Health Advocacy Coalition. The photographer took the photo. Professional. Dominic at the podium shaking hands with Dr. Brandt. Senator applauding beside him. Banner clearly visible. Name placard on podium. Dr. Dominic A. Carter, MD. Dominic in a dark suit. Blue tie. Professional. Authoritative. Not a mechanic. A doctor. A respected expert. After his speech, he turned to me. That photo. That's the one we send them. March 5th. Wednesday morning, 11:15 a.m. Aurora Post Office. We assembled the package. Contents. The 8x10 photo. Professional print. Glossy. Conference program with Dominic's bio highlighted. Copy of his medical license. And one sentence. You tried to use the medical system to destroy me. My husband wrote the laws to stop people like you. See you in court. Freya. Priority mail. Signature required. Address to Howard and Judith Thorpe, 842 Pine Ridge Drive, Castle Pines. Tracking showed delivery at 2:12 p.m., signed for by J. Thorpe. 2:15 p.m. Judith opened the envelope. Home alone. Howard at the golf course. She saw the photo first. Didn't understand. Read the program. Saw Dr. Dominic Carter. Saw expert consultant. Saw whistleblower advocate. Saw medical board. Saw legislature. Read the medical license. Real. Verified. Colorado MD-3 8524. Read the one-sentence letter. Panic. 2:18 p.m. She called Howard. Voice shaking. We have a problem, a serious problem. Come home now. 2:30 p.m. Howard arrived. 12-minute drive, speeding. Judith handed him the photo. He stared. Recognition slow, then horrifying. Oh my God. Read the program bio, read the license. Looked at the photo again. 2:35 p.m. Howard Googled. Dr. Dominic Carter, Colorado. Search results loaded. Denver Post, 2022. Local doctor exposes conservatorship scheme. Colorado legislature testimony video. Medical board publications. LinkedIn. Expert witness in 14 cases. Personal friend of medical board director. 2:38 p.m. Full realization. They'd tried to fraudulently commit the wife of the man who prosecutes people who fraudulently commit patients. He's friends with the medical board director. He's testified before the legislature. He's known to the Attorney General's office. They were fucked. 2:40 p.m. Howard called his attorney. Gerald, we're in trouble. Serious trouble. Explained the M1, Sullivan, July 3rd. Long silence. Please tell me you're kidding. Her husband is Dr. Dominic Carter. The Dr. Dominic Carter, the whistleblower. Jesus Christ, Howard, you need a criminal defense attorney, not me. You need someone who handles fraud cases, and you need them today. 2:45 p.m. Judith tried calling me. Number blocked. 2:46 p.m. Texted. Please call us. We need to talk. This is important. No response. 2:48 p.m. Howard texted. Freya, your mother and I made mistakes. We reacted out of fear. Please give us a chance to explain. We never meant for things to go this far. No response. 2:50 p.m. Judith called again. Blocked. Left voicemail. Voice shaking. Freya, please. We're sorry. We just wanted to protect you. We didn't understand. Please don't let this go to court. We're your parents. We love you. Please call us back. Please. 2:52 p.m. Howard's phone rang. Dr. Sullivan. Angry. Did you know her husband is a doctor? Did you know he's the guy who destroyed the Henderson case? Why didn't you tell me? I didn't know. I swear I'm going to get sued. Again. My license is at risk. Again. This is your fault. Hung up. 2:52 p.m. 37 minutes since Judith opened the envelope. Their world had collapsed. Howard to Judith. We attacked a doctor's wife, a whistleblower doctor, one who's personal friends with the medical board director, one who writes laws, one who testifies in fraud cases. Judith crying. What do we do? I don't know, but we're going to lose. Everything. Over the next 4 hours, they called me 37 times total. 14 texts, 4 voicemails, each more desperate than the last. I answered none of them. March 8th, Monday morning, 9 a.m., my attorney's office. Freya, Dominic, Mitchell Brewster. 3 sets of legal documents on the table. We filed everything the same day. Maximum impact. Complaint 1, Colorado Medical Board, filed electronically, 9:47 a.m., against Howard Thorpe and Raymond Sullivan. Falsifying medical documentation, fraudulent emergency hold, failure to examine patient, financial conflict of interest, conduct likely to deceive or harm the public. 48 pages of evidence attached. Request for emergency review due to public safety risk. Confirmation email. Your complaint has been received and assigned case number MB-2026-0847. 4. Complaint 2. 10:15 a.m. Colorado Attorney General, Healthcare Fraud Division, Criminal Referral, Fraud, Forgery, Attempted False Imprisonment, Conspiracy, Witness Tampering. Same evidence package plus communications showing conspiracy. AG's office assigned an investigator. Detective Sarah Morrison expressed serious concern about the case. Complaint 3, 11:30 a.m. Denver District Court, Civil Lawsuit. Freya Thorpe Carter versus Howard Thorpe, Judith Thorpe, and Raymond Sullivan. Attempted false imprisonment. Defamation. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. Intentional interference with employment. Conspiracy to commit fraud. Abuse of process. Damages sought. $1.2 million. Economic damages, $185,000. Non-economic, $215,000. Punitive, $800,000. Process server delivered copies to all 3 defendants by 2 p.m. Same day, 11:45 a.m. Call from the Colorado State Board of Nursing. Ms. Thorpe Carter, we've reviewed the evidence you submitted regarding the complaint filed against you. We're dismissing the complaint effective immediately. Your license is fully reinstated. We sincerely apologize for the distress this investigation caused. 6 months of suspended license. Over in 1 phone call. But the damage was already done. 2:30 p.m., Colorado Mental Health Advocacy Coalition issued a press release. Coalition supports nurse targeted by family and psychiatric hold fraud case. Brief summary, no names yet, pending investigations. Statement of support. Call for stronger oversight. Local news started making inquiries. Story developing. March 8th, 2026. 3 complaints filed. 1 license reinstated. Legal machinery grinding to life. My parents received 3 sets of legal papers in 1 afternoon. Medical board complaint. Civil lawsuit. Notice of criminal referral. Their lawyer called them. Told them to prepare for the worst. March 10th. Medical board classified the case as priority, expedited. Due to fraudulent M1 forms, public safety issue, physician using license to harm family member, Sullivan's prior violations, Retired physician still maintaining active license. Ongoing risk. Hearing scheduled April 12th. 30 days notice. April 12th. Saturday morning. 9 a.m. Colorado Medical Board hearing room. I walked in with Dominic and my attorney. The room was formal. Panel of 5 board members at an elevated table. Dr. Helena Brandt as chair. 2 other physicians. 1 public member who was an attorney. 1 registered nurse. Howard sat with his attorney. Sullivan with his. Mrs. Brennan was there. Rebecca. 2 assistant attorneys general observing for the criminal case. About 20 people in the gallery. Other doctors, medical students, 1 journalist, and Judith, sitting in back. 9 a.m. sharp. Dr. Brandt gavelled in. This hearing concerns formal complaints filed against Dr. Howard Thorpe and Dr. Raymond Sullivan regarding alleged violations of the Colorado Medical Practice Act. This is a formal administrative hearing. All parties have right to representation, to present evidence, and to cross-examine witnesses. Do you understand your rights? Both said yes. Let the record show both respondents are present with counsel. We will proceed. The board attorney stood. Presented evidence systematically. The M1 form projected on screen. Hospital records showing I was at work when the form claimed I was suicidal. Timeline analysis. Impossibility of claims. Bank records. $2,500 payment. Sullivan's disciplinary history. Audio of Mrs. Brennan's 911 call played in the room. Her voice. There's a woman screaming for help. It sounds bad. Police report. Witness statements. Evidence of financial motive. Evidence of my mother's campaign. Calls to hospital, board, family. 48 pages. Every lie documented. Mrs. Brennan testified. I heard screaming from the Thorpes' house. I've lived next door 15 years. I've never heard anything like that. Through their window, I could see a young woman backing away from uniformed people. She was screaming, I'm a nurse. This is false. Get your hands off me. I called 911 immediately. Rebecca testified. Judith's calls to family. The morning of wedding call asking her not to attend. After July 3rd, Judith telling everyone I'd had a breakdown. Then Dominic took the stand. Sworn in as expert witness. Dr. Carter, please state your qualifications. He described his medical education, ER experience, whistleblower case, expert witness work, consulting practice. Have you reviewed the M1 form in question? I have, extensively. What's your expert opinion? Dominic looked directly at the panel. His voice was calm, clinical, devastating. This form contains multiple factual impossibilities and represents a clear violation of Colorado mental health law and medical ethics. First, it claims the patient expressed suicidal intent on July 2, 2025, at 2 p.m. Hospital records prove she was asleep at home after a night shift. She has time cards, text messages, phone location data. The claim is impossible. Second, neither signing physician conducted an examination before signing. Dr. Sullivan never met my wife before July 3rd. Dr. Thorpe had not seen his daughter in months. Colorado law requires direct examination. Third, the $2,500 payment 5 days before the incident suggests a financial arrangement to produce paperwork. This wasn't an emergency psychiatric hold. This was a coordinated attempt to fraudulently deprive someone of their liberty. And both physicians knew, or should have known, they were committing fraud. Sullivan's attorney cross-examined. Dr. Carter, you're married to the complainant, correct? Yes. So you have a personal interest in this outcome? I have a personal interest in my wife not being illegally kidnapped, yes. But my testimony is based on medical evidence, not personal feelings. The facts don't change because I'm married to the victim. Isn't it possible Dr. Thorpe genuinely believed his daughter needed help? No. He's a physician with 35 years of experience. He knows you can't sign a hold without examination. He knows you can't claim someone is suicidal when they're provably at work. This wasn't a mistake. This was fraud. And I've testified in cases like this before. I know fraud when I see it. The panel was taking extensive notes, Dr. Brandt nodding slightly. Then I took the stand. I wasn't required to testify, but I wanted to. I told them what happened July 3rd. The phone call, the trap, the ambush, the papers, my father's signature, the attempt to take me away, the neighbor calling 911, the police intervention. The paperwork existed. It was filed, and my parents used it. My mother called my employer the next day, called the nursing board, told everyone I was having a breakdown. I lost my job. I lost my license for 6 months. I lost $42,000 in income. I lost my professional reputation. My voice broke slightly, then steadied. I've spent 8 years helping people in crisis. I've seen real psychiatric emergencies. I know what they look like. July 3rd wasn't that. It was revenge. Pure revenge. Because I married a man they didn't approve of. They used the medical system, the system I devoted my life to, as a weapon. If they did it to me, a nurse who knew her rights, imagine what they could do to someone who didn't. Someone elderly, someone vulnerable, someone alone. I'm here because this can't happen to anyone else. Silence in the room. Howard's attorney tried cross-examination. Your parents claim they were acting out of concern. I cut him off. Concern doesn't forge documents. Concern doesn't pay psychiatrists $2,500 to sign false paperwork. Concern doesn't call 911 claiming a cardiac emergency to lure your daughter into a trap. That's not concern. That's abuse. He had no follow-up. Howard and Sullivan testified. Their defenses were weak. Howard claimed he was acting as a concerned father. Board attorney cross-examined. Did you examine your daughter before signing the M1? Not formally, but I had observed. Yes or no? Did you conduct a medical examination? Long pause. No. Did you know she was at work when you claimed she was suicidal? The dates may have been confused. You're a physician with 35 years of experience. You understand medical documentation. You understand that falsifying an M1 is illegal, correct? I was trying to help my daughter. By having her forcibly taken to a psychiatric facility against her will? Silence. Sullivan claimed he relied on information from Howard, a respected colleague. Board attorney asked about the $2,500, asked about his prior disciplinary history, asked if he verified any of Howard's claims. No answer. 12 p.m. lunch break. 1:30 p.m. reconvene for closing arguments. 2 p.m. panel deliberated. 30 minutes behind closed doors. 2:30 p.m. panel returned. Dr. Brandt read the decision. The Colorado Medical Board finds that Dr. Raymond Sullivan and Dr. Howard Thorpe violated multiple sections of the Medical Practice Act. Specifically, falsifying medical documents, failing to conduct required examinations, engaging in conduct involving dishonesty or fraud, engaging in conduct likely to deceive or harm the public, and misusing medical licenses for personal, non-medical purposes. These are among the most serious violations a physician can commit. You betrayed the trust placed in you as licensed medical professionals. You weaponized tools meant to protect vulnerable patients, and you did so for personal, vindictive reasons. She turned to Sullivan. Dr. Sullivan, you have a history of this behavior. In 2021, this board gave you a second chance. You squandered it. Your medical license is hereby revoked, permanently. You are prohibited from practicing medicine in Colorado. You will pay a fine of $50,000. And this board is referring your case to the district attorney for criminal prosecution. She turned to Howard. Dr. Thorpe, you are a retired surgeon who maintained an active medical license. You used that license not to heal, but to harm your own daughter. Your license is suspended for 24 months. You will pay a fine of $100,000. You will complete mandatory ethics remediation. Upon reinstatement, if you seek reinstatement, you will be on probation for 5 years. And like Dr. Sullivan, your case is being referred for criminal prosecution. She looked at both of them. This board takes seriously any attempt to misuse psychiatric holds. These tools save lives. When they're abused, people die. Or their lives are destroyed. You endangered not just Ms. Thorpe Carter, but public trust in mental health intervention. You should be ashamed. This hearing is adjourned. Gavel. Howard's head in his hands. Sullivan's attorney whispering urgently. Judith sobbing in the gallery. I was numb, then relief, then tears. Dominic's arm around me. It's over. You won. Outside, reporters were waiting. The story broke immediately. April 13th, Denver Post front page. 2 doctors sanctioned in psychiatric hold fraud case. Article detailed the hearing, named Howard and Sullivan. Didn't initially name me, referred to me as a Denver area nurse. Public reaction, shock, outrage. April 14th. TV news coverage, interviews with medical ethics experts. This type of abuse undermines trust in the mental health system. April 15th. I gave an interview. Named myself. Controlled the narrative. I want people to know this can happen to anyone and that you can fight back. The story went viral. Reddit, Twitter, Castle Pines community divided. Some supported my parents. Many were horrified. Mrs. Brennan was interviewed. I'm glad I called 911 that day. No one should go through what that young woman went through. April 22nd. District Attorney filed criminal charges. Sullivan. Forgery, criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment, fraud. 2 to 6 years prison potential. Howard. Forgery, attempted false imprisonment, conspiracy to commit fraud. 1 to 4 years potential. Both released on $50,000 bond each. Surrendered passports. April 28th. My parents' attorneys approached my attorney about settlement. First offer, $250,000. I said no. Second offer, $450,000. I said no. Plus public apology, in writing, published. May 5th. Final settlement, $650,000 total. $400,000 from my parents, home equity loan. $250,000 from insurance, and a full-page ad in the Denver Post. May 10th. It published. To our daughter Freya, we were wrong. Full confession, attempted involuntary commitment, false claims, campaign to damage reputation, consequences for me, lost job, suspended license, lost income, emotional distress, motivated by prejudice, weaponized mental health system, betrayed trust as parents and medical professionals, sanctioned by medical board, facing criminal charges, destroyed relationship. Freya, if you ever read this, we are profoundly sorry. We were wrong about everything. We hope someday you can forgive us, though we know we don't deserve it. Signed. Howard Thorpe, M.D., license suspended. Judith Thorpe, humiliating. Public. Permanent. The ripple effects. Extended family sided with me, 60%. Howard's brother called, apologized. Judith's sisters stopped speaking to her. Church asked them to step back from leadership. Country club, Judith stopped attending. Castle Pines neighborhood. Mrs. Brennan became local hero. My parents isolated. Professional consequences. Howard can't practice for 2 years. Maybe never. Sold his orthopedic practice. Forced sale. Lost income. $380,000 a year. Reputation destroyed in medical community. Legacy ruined. Sullivan's license permanently revoked. Career over at 58. Facing prison. Judith. Not licensed, but social standing destroyed. Resigned from junior league, garden club, church committees. Lost friends. Social circle collapsed. Identity crisis. By May, the consequences were total. Medical licenses gone or suspended. Criminal charges filed. Civil settlement paid. Public apology published. Family fractured. Social standing destroyed. They tried to destroy me. Instead, they destroyed themselves. It's April now. Present day. 4 weeks after the medical board hearing. 3 weeks after settlement. I'm 32. Birthday was March 8th. Dominic is 35. We own a house. 3-bedroom, Aurora, near his garage. Down payment? $180,000 from the settlement. Remaining settlement funds? We paid off student loans, legal fees, credit cards. Invested $400,000 in retirement accounts. Savings, $74,000. Emergency fund. I have a new job. Denver Health Medical Center. Better hospital than Memorial. Senior charge nurse, ER. $88,000 a year, up from $78,000. Started April 1st. My colleagues know my story. They respect me. See me as survivor, advocate. Dominic still runs the garage. $385,000 revenue, increased consulting work after the publicity. $80,000 to $90,000 a year from medical legal cases now. More speaking engagements. Testimony. Considering teaching medical ethics part-time at CU Denver. We launched a nonprofit, Family Coercion Prevention Project. Help people targeted by family members using legal or medical systems. Guardianship abuse, fraudulent commitment, exploitation, services, legal referrals, expert witness connections, support groups, educational resources, legislative advocacy. Funded by $50,000 from the settlement, plus donations, grants. Launched May. Website. First support group meeting. Response was overwhelming. 40+ people contacted the first month. Stories similar to mine. At the first support group, I said, "You're not alone, and you're not powerless. I know it feels like you are, but you can fight back, and we're here to help." A woman cried. I thought I was the only one. I thought my family was the only one this evil. They're not. But now you have us. We turned our pain into purpose. I'm in therapy, twice a week. Dr. Angela Chen, the evaluator, now my regular therapist. PTSD symptoms mostly resolved. Still occasional nightmares. Sirens sometimes trigger flashbacks. But mostly, I'm okay. Relationship with Dominic stronger. We survived hell together. We can survive anything. Contact with my parents. 0. Restraining order expired, not renewed. Settlement terms. No direct contact for 2 years minimum. Howard sent one letter in March, via attorney, asking for a meeting, expressing regret. I read it. Declined. Maybe someday, not today. Probably not ever. The door isn't locked, but it's closed. They'd have to prove real change over years, not months. Years. Relationship with Lorraine, Dominic's mother, is like a real mother now. Sunday dinners, holidays, advice, love. Relationship with Rebecca, closer than ever. Weekly calls, monthly dinners, chosen family, Dominic's family plus Rebecca plus close friends. That's real family. Some days I'm angry, some days I'm sad. Most days I'm just okay. And that's enough. If you've been through something like this, know this. You're not alone. Families can be toxic. Systems can be weaponized. But documentation saves you. Truth matters. And there are people who will believe you. If this story resonated with you, share it. Someone in your life might need to hear it. Someone might be going through this right now, and they need to know they can fight back. My parents tried to lock me up for loving the wrong person. They used their medical credentials, their money, their influence. They got the system on their side. They almost won. But they didn't know I'd married someone who'd spent his career fighting people exactly like them. They thought a black mechanic was beneath me, Turns out he was the only one who could save me. We're happy now. We're safe. We're building a life. We're helping others. And somewhere in Castle Pines, my parents are living with what they did. I hope it haunts them. I hope they finally understand what they destroyed. Because I'm never going back. Sometimes the family you're born into isn't your family at all. Sometimes your real family is the one you choose, the one that shows up, the one that fights for you. I found mine, and I'm never letting go.